It is Valentine's Day soon and I run an artisan chocolate business on the Gold Coast, Australia, and I wanted to do a bit of a taste testing with some of our chocolates so that you can get a sense of what they're like. Now I will let you know that if you want to try our chocolates, we're so open to you guys trying our chocolates. Come into our Southport location, you're more than welcome to taste test as well. But in case you're not close by, I thought I would do this for you and let me know what you think. We introduced this heart box this time last year actually for Valentine's Day. We've had a lot of requests for a heart-shaped gift box. I think that a lot of people they like to play into the theme a little bit, and I think it does speak volumes. It's a gift that is for a very special person in your life, and that's obvious based on the shape of it. But yeah, like chocolates, it's so much more than just a box of chocolates. I like to think that what we do is so different and so special and so unique, because when someone receives a box of these chocolates, they feel that it's very thoughtful, that you've gone to the effort to find something that's different, something that can't be bought from a supermarket shelf, because in my opinion that's not really special, and you're looking for something that says how much you love this person. And that's when we come in, because we can help with gifts that give that, or that convey that feeling without having to say anything. So let's get into it. This is our heart box. It fits 16 chocolates, some of which are heart-shaped chocolates. Others are just our classic dome chocolates. So this is how they look. It's very beautiful and it's very feminine, let's be honest. I'm going to start with this one. Now I don't actually have the flavour card sorted, so I can't remember which one's which, but we're going to get into it. This one here, is the raspberry and lime. So we've made a raspberry ganache, which is really beautiful because we use this raspberry puree. It gets mixed into a white chocolate ganache, which typically would be quite sweet, but this just sort of tones that down. It adds that berry tanginess to it, so it takes out that sweetness that you would typically get from a white chocolate ganache. And then it's paired with a lime gelée. So obviously lime, citrus, it's quite sour, and it really just helps balance everything out. So it's a perfect match because it works so well with the white chocolate, and it freshens up the berry even more. So this one is delightful, and it's, you know what, it's the chocolate that most people go for first because it's the red heart. Yum. Alright, next one. This one's like a beige sort of purpley colour. I think I know which one this one is. This one is another white chocolate filling. But what's really special about this is we've made this on a creme fraiche base rather than on a traditional cream. Now creme fraiche, I would say it has this beautiful light sort of sourness to it, and it's just divine, and it works so well as the cream replacement for a white chocolate ganache. So it's a creme fraiche white chocolate ganache, but down the bottom, I don't know if you can see, but it has a vanilla sort of crunchy layer. Well, you can't tell that it's vanilla, but you can tell there's a layer, and it's toasted almonds and vanilla, and there's just a very fine base down the bottom. So this just adds another level of of reveal. It's another layer, just adds another complexity to it, but I think the texture of the almond crunch layer and then the softness of the creme fraiche ganache is just really, really special. So that is very lovely. This particular chocolate flavour we did for Christmas, and yeah, we got a lot of great feedback on it. Something that I really like the concept of, and we'll definitely do more of it. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on this one too. Moving on to the next one. And this is a lot of chocolate to eat in one go, but I'm doing it for the sake of this video. They're rich, they're very indulgent. You really, yeah, and this is another thing that I think is really important about our chocolates, is a little bit goes a long way. You don't need to, these aren't chocolates that you just sort of overindulge in one setting. You slowly savor them, because they're all so unique and so complex in their flavors that you want to enjoy them slowly. You know, have them with a glass of wine, or yeah, like pair them with other foods. And I think you'll find that that you don't need a enormous box of chocolates. You just need something that's very carefully and thoughtfully put together. Chocolate number 3. This one is purple. It's got a full spray of purple. And these are edible cocoa butter colours, just so you know. They are 100% edible, and we just love doing all sorts of colours. So mostly speaking, whenever you get a box of chocolates from us, it will have all sorts of beautiful and wonderful colours. This one here is the saffron and orange. Saffron is a beautiful bud, I believe it is, that you'll often find in like Indian cuisines. It's what beautiful orange colour into like sort of curries and rice dishes and things like that. But it's very delicate, and it can be used in sweets, and it's something that we have infused into the cream that goes into the ganache. This is again a white chocolate ganache, but the saffron is just really so delightful. But what makes this a special chocolate overall is it has that delicate orange gelée. So it's that tang and the sweetness paired together for a really well balanced flavour. So that's that one. Another thing you might want to know is that all of our chocolate shells are dark chocolate. So even if it's a white chocolate filling and maybe you don't like dark chocolate, or maybe you don't like white chocolate, we like to think that we've balanced them out quite well. So that's that one. Lovely. Alright, last one. This is the pink heart. Maybe you can tell what this is just based on the colour of the inside, but this is pistachio. This is our Dubai inspired chocolate. Yeah, we have been making our own pistachio praline because pistachio is not a cheap ingredient, and especially when you buy it in a praline form. We've actually been buying our own pistachios. We do use a supplier that offers a really, really high quality product. The quality of the nuts that we buy from this company are superior to other brands. And yeah, we've been making our own praline paste. So essentially that is the nuts ground up with a sugar, a caramelized sugar, and then it's ground up until it turns into a really fine paste. And then that is mixed with a little bit of white chocolate in this case. And then we've also got that Kitaifi pastry, which has been roasted and broken up. So this particular chocolate has a very smooth but crunchy texture going on. The pistachio is smooth, but there's all these little bits of Katafi pastry which make it really crunchy and special. So that is that one, and I know everybody knows what that flavour is. And just the right amount of salt. I find that the Dubai chocolates can be quite sweet, but this one has a good amount of sea salt, which just helps balance that out. So those are the flavours. I hope you come in and have a try soon.